Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the Roundtable with Nate Daddy. I'm your host, Russell and Nate Daddy Patterson, and this week around Greenwood County, all high school football games start. This week, the Greenwood Eagles will be taking on city rival, the Emerald Vikings. Now, this game is going to come down to one thing and one thing only. That will be the Emerald offensive line against Greenwood's defensive interior of Sam Montgomery and Big 66 Quarles. Now, if Emerald can manage to hold off these guys, they still got a little bit of problem with Swearinger and Best in the backfield of the defense. But Emerald is so potent on their offense, and they've got so many big targets and wide receivers to throw to with Zane that Emerald should have a good chance of scoring a lot of points. I'm going to go out on a limb already right now and say that I think Emerald's going to upset Big Greenwood. Yeah, that's right. I think they're going to upset Greenwood for the first time. Get all mad, send me your emails. I don't mind. But this is my upset of the week. I'm going with Emerald over Greenwood. Emerald 31, Greenwood 17. Another game coming up this weekend will be the Ware Shoals Hornets against the Saluda Tigers. Now this game is going to match up purple. It's about all it's going to matter to, purple. I think the Ware Shoals offense is just too good. I think Saluda is just rebuilding too much to where Saluda could stop the Ware Shoals offense in any way, shape, or form. Ware Shoals, everybody knows they're coming out this year throwing the ball a lot more, but also running that wing tee almost to the tee. And I think this weekend I'm going to go with the Ware Shoals Hornets 38 and the Saluda Tigers 13. That's not an upset. It's not a big deal, but Ware Shoals runs over Saluda fairly easily. The final game of this week will be the 96 Wildcats and the Abbeville Panthers. 96 coming off a win last week over Whitmire 49-6. Hopes that they can take that momentum into the game against Abbeville. And Abbeville, as everyone knows, is coming off two big wins over Greenwood High School and Emerald High School in their jamborees. This game is going to come down to 96's front seven on defense being able to stop Darrell Elmore and Thaxton, the quarterback of Abbeville. Both guys fast, both guys hit you like a linebacker while running the ball. Now, if the front seven can stop Abbeville's offense and penetrate through, then yes, maybe 96 has a chance. But I think that Abbeville's just too athletic and too many targets in the backfield for 96 to stop. I'm going to have to go with Abbeville 28, 96 27. And not really an upset, but what should be the biggest game of in this region Friday night. And speaking of 96 last week, we're here with Matthew Owings, the defensive line coach for 96. Matt, first and foremost, congratulations on your win last week against Whitmire.
I appreciate it. That was a very good start to the season. We have a lot of high expectations for us, so we definitely got off on the right foot. The weather was a little bad, but it all worked out all right. I thought we saw a lot of good things.
Good. Well, one of the big things coming from the game last week, the rain and the fact y'all did dominate pretty well, was your defensive line. And I know you're the coach of the defensive line, and one of the big things was with the Austin Sargent, Parker Murray, how they pretty much dominated the front line. Did y'all expect that going into the game?
To be honest, I feel very lucky to have them. I really don't think there's going to be too many more, and not just them, but defensive lines in general that have the talent and size and athleticism we have overall. And I'm very lucky to be the coach, but they did do well. It's just great having guys that not only are big, but that not just the strength, but quick too. You got them in the middle. That's hard to top that. And then we got Barico Johnson on the outside and Rod on the outside, Rod Harrison. And also other than that, we've got some good backups that can come in and give them a little break because they are two-way players and they're big boys, and it's hard to do the whole game. But been really impressed with them. They've worked hard and they came a long way in the past couple of years.
Awesome. Well, you say Barico and Rod and Austin and all them, including the offense, you had a lot of guys, just more than one, have a really well game this weekend. Did y'all go in going, Barico, we're going to run the ball a lot, maybe he's going to do well, but come to find out, more than just him, the whole team as a whole did very well.
Exactly. I don't coach offense, but we work together every day, and that was big. We knew we had more than one threat. Barico Johnson is not the only guy, but he's a heck of a runner.
Yes.
Alex Good, we knew he had a chance to do big things. Parker Height's a strong runner. We've got other guys, young guys, or Ben Downs, and then a few young guys that really they come in and toe to toe. So that's a positive. We do have some depth there, and especially when you're running behind a good line up front. And we can air the ball out some. Friday night that was a little more difficult with all the rain, but I think we're very balanced, and I think it's one of our biggest positives this year. It's not, you're not going to stop one thing and totally stop us all, because we have a lot of ways to hit. So that's positive.
Great. Well, 96 playing a week ahead of everyone else around here. For the first week against Whitmire, of course. Do you see as 96 as that's kind of like like a mental edge kind of, with them already playing? Now you're playing Abbeville Friday night in 96, to where they've been playing jamborees, haven't played a whole game all year. To 96, you've already been there, you've already played a game, played very well, man. Do you see that as a mental edge maybe a little bit?
I definitely think that helps. Of course, if we weren't playing then, we'd been in a jamboree, but I really think there's a big difference. In the jamboree, you don't do all the game planning, and even though you try to get the kids hyped up, a lot of times it's not the same thing. So having the first one on our belt and it going the way it did, I do think it helps us. Now we know Abbeville's gonna be coached up good too, and they're gonna come to play. So we're the same way. But the first game, I do think it helps us. A little more confidence, questioning how good we're gonna be. We know we have potential, but that's big. We got the head in the right direction, and this weekend will be a big test, so I think it'll be good.
And also, speaking on playing Abbeville this weekend, Abbeville's always pretty much known for their speed, always having a fast guy, either whether it be a receiver, a quarterback, running back, or maybe all three, especially when we used to play back in the day. With 96 this year, pretty good-sized guys. How do you think that's going to measure up this year with 96 the size that they have against Abbeville's speed?
I feel good. On paper, we both have our strengths and weaknesses, but I feel like we match up pretty evenly. We've got a good game plan. If they do what their coach should do, I feel like we'll have a good chance to come out on top. They've got to execute. They got to play with emotion. Can't come out, like a day school start off with, set the tone early. And we've got some good athletes. We definitely do. As long as we keep their few playmakers from making too many, I think we'll be good, because I think play in and play out that we should hopefully have the advantage. Hopefully.
Awesome. Well, my final question will come to you. 96 got 6 home games, 4 away games. Do you see, well, of course it's an advantage that you get to play at home, but do you see it as 96 is more people would rather not come play at 96, or 96 plays better when they're at home? See what I'm saying?
I don't know which way it is. I know if we do what we're capable of, I believe our goal is, and I believe that later in the season that we'll have the bullseye on our chest, and hopefully it doesn't really matter if we're playing home or away. But I do truly believe that you do have the home field advantage. I know there's nothing better than coming out and having the stands packed, and I'm sure it will be that way Friday night. Abbeville always brings a good crowd and good competition, but if we do what we're supposed to do, I think home field advantage does help. But it's always good going on the road and trying to make somewhere else your home.
Exactly. You go to 96. If you go to a away game with 96, you got probably just as many fans as the home team does. So it's like you're never really playing away from home. Maybe a different stadium, but nonetheless, fans are
very lucky to have the fan base we do. It's been like that as long as I can remember. You always call it home away from home. You go somewhere else and you still have great crowd. You feel like it doesn't matter where you play. Play ball and everybody's behind you.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Well, this is Matthew Owings, defensive line for coach for 96. Coach, I'd like to give you a good luck for this weekend. Hopefully you guys come out on top. And if you guys want to go watch a really, really good football game this weekend, I suggest you head out to 96 Wilson Campbell Stadium at 7:30 and watch Coach Owens and the Wildcats take on the Panthers from Abbeville.